Well, it is a disease that millions struggle with every day. Today, a courageous member of our Fox family is here to tell her story.
We welcome Janice Dean this morning. Janice, in 2005, you found out some tough news.
Right. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So it's a hard disease to diagnose, but I kind of had the classic symptoms, and the doctors that I had were very diligent in making sure that they did all the tests that needed to be done. I had MRIs done. I had a spinal tap done. I had the blood work done to, rule out any diseases that mimicked MS. So I've probably had this disease in my system for longer than 2.5 years, but they were able to find it quickly enough, so I've been diagnosed early enough to be on a therapy that hopefully will help me in the long run.
What are the symptoms, Janice?
Well, the symptoms that I had were, I was very, very tired. It was right after the 2005 hurricane season when Katrina and Rita, and we went to the Greek alphabet, and I felt very, very tired, abnormally tired, and literally one day I woke up and I had no feeling under my feet, and that's one of the classic symptoms of MS.
And then
go ahead.
You took cameras to the doctors with you, right?
I did. So because this week is MS Awareness Week, I wanted to bring awareness and make a package so that people understand that it affects everyone. And I am one of the many that suffers from this disease, but that I can carry on a somewhat normal life. I think this is important, that people understand we don't have to be in wheelchairs. We can function as normally as we can with hopefully some good medicine in the future. And so this is the package that I put together, and I hope you like it. Taking a look at our next storm system.
Since MS Awareness Week kicks off on Monday, I thought this would be a good time to go public with my illness to help others understand this disease that hundreds of thousands of people live with every day.
There's no one test to determine if somebody has multiple sclerosis.
Multiple sclerosis is a disease which affects the central nervous system.
In people with MS, the immune system damages the myelin sheath, which is a surrounding of the nerve fibers. And when the myelin is damaged, signals from the brain to various parts of the body get disrupted.
Academy Award nominee Terry Garr, who went public with her MS battle a few years ago, believes it has made her reassess the way she looks at life.
Anytime anyone gets a diagnosis of something big and shocking, it makes you think about life itself, what's important and what's not important. And it turns out there's a lot of stuff that's not important. Thank God.
Terry, always the comedian, uses humor to keep things in perspective.
I want to write a book called "Does the Wheelchair Make Me Look Fat?" Because this is Hollywood,
Richard Cohen is an award-winning journalist and best-selling author. He doesn't remember what it was like not having multiple sclerosis.
I was diagnosed in 1973, a long time ago. I mean, this is 35 years ago. And it seems like I've had this illness for my whole life, and it's very much a part of my identity.
Richard says it's important to put a face on disease in a world that strives to be perfect.
We live in a culture that celebrates beauty. It's a celebrity-driven culture. And I think people don't want to see illness. It's an imperfection that makes people uncomfortable.
During the last few years, I've been able to carry out a pretty normal life, but I'm reminded that something just isn't right with the body I live in. There's the sudden doctor visits and the MRI machines, and being afraid of needles is no longer an option. Despite all those adjustments, though, I am still the same person I was before the diagnosis. By going public, I hope to inspire others who share the illness, because as my friend Richard Cohen says, I know the journey.
Wow.
Unbelievable story. And it's interesting, we were listening to Terry Garr talk there about finding the things in your life that are more important, the things you realize you need to step back and assess a little bit. Have you started to do that in your life?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, before this happened, I was all about career and making that #1 in my life, and that has career is very important, don't get me wrong. Work is very good for people who have illness to make them feel like they're doing something, but I have reassessed. I mean, my family is so important, and you do appreciate every day, even just getting out of bed every day.
Janice Dean, thank you for sharing your story.
You just got married too, so
you can do anything.
Yeah.
You can get married, you can become a meteorologist, and you can sit on the couch with great friends.
And you can adopt a second career as a dancer in front of the weather wall, as Janice did for about a year, to the delight of millions. Thank you very much.
I will dance until I can't dance anymore.
We're so proud of you, Janice. Thank you for coming forward with us.
Okay, thank you.